Okay, we're back. So, wanted to make a video. Like a lot of times, my wife and I just went on vacation. We were away for a week, and like a lot of times, I think you really get to reflect on life and how things are going when you're gone. And so I gave a lot of thought to my business, my own health and well-being, my own game. Where I wanted to go, and really what I noticed was because you're removed from the situation, you think much more clearly. I think back to my own tour pro career, and because I was in the middle of it and I rarely ever took any time off, you don't have a lot of great opportunity to reflect on what you're doing. Now, everyone who's watching this video who I coach knows I'm Mr. Hey, I'll work everybody. I certainly thought when I was a good player, I never got great. That was a big key. I wasn't super talented, so I worked hard to get good. And, I think that's more often than not, if you're doing more, you're probably going to get further along than if you're doing less. But I do think the efficiency of your time is massive. And so what I wanted to kind of briefly go over today is that your aspiration has to have an action plan that matches. And I don't care if it's golf, health, working out, equipment, all these things, you have to have an action plan that matches your aspiration. So I gave a lot of thought to that in multiple facets of my life, and I don't want to make this video too much about myself because I really wanted to make this about everyone else. So we're heading into the end of summer here. School's starting for all the kids. Everybody's going back. The weather's going to start to change, and this is a great time of year. I hate New Year's resolutions. Why wait? Just do it now. What are you waiting for? That's just procrastination. Nobody's ever gotten anywhere doing that, and I'm just as guilty as anybody at those things. So put a plan together, and I kind of did this while I was resting and letting my mind clear on this cool vacation we were on, which was, writing down some thoughts in my phone about where I want to go as a businessman and a husband and a coach, and with my own game and things like that, and some things that I'm going to adapt and adjust this year. And so, I think it's always good for all of us to do that. I think if you have a coach to have you put a plan together, I think that's essential. And then I think also I realized, hey, it's all about life balance too, right? I've been going at this for about 13 years now, pretty hard. I think all of you who I coach know I put a lot into it for sure. So, not that I don't want to coach as much, but, I've got to start also balancing my life out a little bit. All I do is coach. And I think, for my young guys and girls who all they do is golf, we have to find some life balance there, right? Like what is the right amount? I'm not really sure. That's something I think we have to experiment with. But giving things their place. When you are at something, be very engaged and present in what that is. And I definitely try to do that when I'm coaching. I try not to be distracted. I try to be 100% into helping you guys get great. And this week when I was away, I didn't mind texting with some of you and looking at some swings and stuff like that. But I also wanted to rest my brain, get recharged, for the rest of the summer here and what comes ahead. So anyway, I hope this kind of makes sense. And, I kind of had one other small thing happen while I was gone that I found interesting. I had a parent reach out to me and ask, I don't coach their son, and they asked, hey, who do you use for sports psychology? And I said, me. And I'm not an applied sports psychologist, and I'm sure someone on here will, think this is maybe out of my depth, but I'll give you my take back on that. I've read every single book. I worked with a sports psychologist. I've gone through all the information, right? It's no different than what you learn in college. Also, I've had to do it. And by the way, I've succeeded and massively failed, right? So, I know what all my players are experiencing. So I really think, I've had some highs. Man, I've had way more lows. The last couple of years, I haven't played great. I haven't played much. When I have played, I haven't been very good. And also, I've been fortunate to win some events and do well over the years. So, but yeah, during my tour pro career, man, some massive defeats, right? And some successes. So anyway, where I was headed with all this is I, had a chance last week to be very mindful. The application of principles is difficult when they also have stress and emotion attached to them. So try and be mindful, step back, take a breath, right? Think about your life more holistically. Maybe, sit by yourself and write down some action plan that matches your aspiration. So maybe start out with some dreams and things that you want to accomplish, and then some goals and an action plan that might make those happen. If you guys have any questions about any of this, I'll probably be doing some more info on this stuff this year. Look for more content like this from me this year. I think the technique stuff, is fun, and I might do some more stuff on equipment and some other things this year. I'm going to try and do some cool, different stuff. But at the end of the day, really this is the key, right? Which is our mind. And we have to get as much in the right place as you can. And what separates a champion from not is their ability to manage their mind, control their emotions, and stick to their plan. So I hope that helps, and I'm looking forward to getting back to work today.